In 2011, I was 8 years old, and my older sister, I vaguely remember a conversation with her and my mom about it. I didn't know any details, and I remember feeling very scared because I thought menstruation was something very painful or scary.
And I had gotten into the bathroom, and I remember I got into the box of tampons, and then I was playing with one and put it in water and it expanded. And I thought it was the coolest thing. And I remember my mom, I didn't understand the science beyond it, the science or the biology of it. Yeah. But my mom used menstruation period, that is something women experience. And it was just a very normalized, there, it wasn't hidden. I was able to get into tampon, in the bathroom. That was not, it was very talked about in my family.
I'll be honest, I don't remember the age, but I remember I think I got it or whatever, and I ran to my mom and I was like, oh my god, it finally happened. And then I just remember I just started sobbing because I was I think the first 5 times I had it, I was just crying because I was this is so unfair, why do I have to have this? But now I'm cool with it. Yeah.
Maybe 10 or 11, and there was it was enshrined in school lore that in 5th grade there was a class about, I don't remember what they called it, but it was very vaguely a understanding your body class, and they split every 5th grade class into 2. The girls and the boys came back after this class with a little bag with deodorant and a face wash, and the girls had a bag of tampons and pads. And so it was it was obvious that the 2 conversations that they had when they split us up had very different purposes.
I remember when I got my period, I was on the older side, and when I got it, I was so upset because I thought it meant, or I knew it meant that I would stop growing, and all I wanted was to be tall. And I was devastated that I was going to stop growing, and just be medium height my entire life. And I continued to grow, but I was so sad.
My older sisters were talking about it, and they mentioned oh, I have my period today. And I had asked them, what does that mean? And they're both ignored me. And I was okay. And the next time I got close to talking about it, I was 9 or 10. And my mom was telling me a couple things, and I wasn't really listening. So I remember she arranged a meeting with the nurse and me and my twin sister, and the nurse called us down. And then she was okay, you need to sit here and listen and stop ignoring your mom. She was really kind of attacking us. And I was are other people having this meeting? And she was yes. And I knew that was a lie.
First time, but I remember when I was probably 7 or 8 going to the bathroom and just seeing a ton of blood in the toilet. And I know my sister had recently gone, so I ran to my parents and I'm is she okay? There's blood in the toilet, and they were just yeah, just flush it and then do your thing. And I'm okay. But I was very scared for her.
Walked back to our classroom, and nobody told us, but everybody felt the need to hide them away, and that was something that I kind of reflected on since then. People were tucking them into their pockets, and I was yeah, it wasn't something that had even been articulated to us, but people felt the need to do that. And there was this one instance, we're walking down the hall, and one of the girls, her little baggie that she had gotten had fallen out of her pocket or whatever, and it was just she was oh my god, and got so scared and stuff. And I was just, and so then thinking back how it was not even something that we had to discuss. There was already this built-in shame or fear about it and stuff to hide a pad. Or even in high school where it's oh, I have to go to the bathroom and stuff, you tuck it away in your back jean pocket or whatever because you had, but then I would make a point and be I'm gonna pull it out of my backpack and walk to the bathroom, because why is it something that I should be ashamed of? No, so I would people would put the pad in a pocket or something, to hide it. Yeah.
And I was in the bathroom with my mom, and she was peeing. I was an only child, so I followed her around a lot. I didn't have much else to do. And she had her period, and she was so nonchalant about it that I don't even know if I realized it was blood at first. I thought it was just red pee. So yeah. And then funnily enough, this maybe it's TMI, but a couple years later, I had like, I ate beet salad. And the next day, I was really convinced I got my period because I had like, my pee was pink and my mom was like, no, that's not it. But yeah.